Welcome back to my channel, Girl Gone Crypto. Today, I am really excited to have Toya Zhang here on the channel. She's here with BIT.com, and we're excited to just really dive into everything that she's been doing in the industry and also chat about BIT.com and what they've been building as well. So Toya, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure.
So just to kind of kick things off, tell us a little bit about yourself, your background in the industry, and then maybe why you decided to join BIT.com and work with them.
Right. The start of the story goes back to around 2015, late 2015, 2016, when I first heard of the name Bitcoin, and I've been preached about how awesome Bitcoin is. Well, at that time, people were also like talking about blockchain technology a lot, and I remember the story that excited me the most is that the whole kind of economy is going to be fractionalized, and transaction is going to be 24/7. The whole economy size is going to be much bigger. So kind of that story got me into this industry. Started from exchange, and then all these years been to exchange, project side, venture side, exchange, and now end up at the BIT.com. So I joined BIT.com at early this year, January this year. BIT.com is a spin-off cryptocurrency exchange from Matrixport, which is already kind of a unicorn position. Mm-hmm. So talk to people here, really brilliant people, smart, top of the industry. So yeah, I would like to work with them. So I joined.
I love that. I think that, to your point, there's so much talent here in the crypto and blockchain space, and surrounding yourself with those people is pretty exciting. It's a pretty eventful industry to work in. That's for sure, especially this last week, as we've seen everything that's going on. And so before we dive into some of that, 'cause I'm excited to kind of pick your brain and get some of your thoughts on, kind of where the industry is going. But first, tell us a little bit about just BIT.com. Give us a high level overview of exactly what BIT.com is. Obviously, you guys, as you mentioned, are an exchange, but tell us a little bit about what makes you guys different, and then maybe we can dive into some of the current events from the week after that.
So BIT.com, in a nutshell, is a cryptocurrency exchange. We have, different from others, we have a full suite of trading instruments, including spot trading, futures trading, and options trading. So options trading is more kind of advanced trading instruments in the crypto space, because like crypto trading only has been around 10 years, starting from only Bitcoin and Litecoin spot trading. Mm-hmm. And now it has been more and more advanced, evolved, adding leverage trading, and then futures. There was coin margin futures at the beginning when BitMEX really pioneered this, and then USD-margined futures. And back in 2015, Deribit was the first one who introduced cryptocurrency, exactly BTC and ETH options trading, and we were the second one who introduced this. So it's really kind of where professional traders can really play around in the cryptocurrency trading and manage their risk properly here. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So one of the things we've seen really become a very big topic this week due to everything happening with FTX is really more transparency in terms of reserves and liabilities, and like the actual kind of books behind the exchange, if you will. And so I really think that like every exchange in the industry is probably right now taking a hard look at, okay, how are we going to shift and evolve and, add that layer of transparency potentially. And what is BIT.com doing? How are you guys approaching this conversation? And just in general, like as someone who's been in the industry for a long time, do you see this being a catalyst that shifts, to more transparency? Like, what do you kind of think some of the fallout from this might look like, and hopefully a positive way for change in the future?
Yeah. So our industry, like the industry we have been working for so long, has always been kind of self-regulated because of lack of regulation, right? So a lot of bad practices has been a thing after something bad happened, which is unfortunate about FTX. For example, the let's say AML KYC process, and let's say about the travel rules and about the trading monitoring, right? So all these things have been introduced because the industry, all the players in this industry was asking for themselves and say, hey, let's do this. There are a couple of leaders saying like, I think this is the best practice, let's adopt it, right? So for transparency of reserves and liabilities, this has been a thing. Apparently Gate.io has been doing it, BitMEX has been doing it, and a couple of other exchanges have been practicing it over time, but it wasn't such a highlight until this week. And there has already been a best practice, and we're just also, of course, is going to follow this. This was brought to us when we were consulting with several jurisdictions regulators, and they were like, hey, how do you prove this? Because we know that your business is healthy, right? So we were actually thinking of it before this event happened, but after this event we just need to push it to be a reality as soon as possible to actually help with the healthiness of this industry. Okay?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that to your point, the sooner that different exchanges come out with, all right, here's this layer of transparency, the better, right? Because people right now, I think, are obviously very scared and like trying to figure out what to do and what platforms they feel like they can trust. So that's really cool to hear that you guys are so active. We're already actively working on it, but are now like, okay, this has become accelerated. Let's take a look at this. So
yeah, and it also involves some technology innovation as well, because well, traditional finance, they don't require that you reveal your customers deposit, right? So nobody is going to ask, okay, how much is this guy depositing in this bank? But in our industry, it's the case, is required because of the hazard like exactly happened. But also this is a question about privacy. We don't want to reveal exactly how much users are depositing and who are they. So the zero knowledge thing come into place, which is already a practice in this industry already. So yeah, it's very excited to see the solution from our tech team as well. Like let's enhance this proof of liability by adopting some of the technology innovations as well. Yeah.
So we kind of chatted through maybe some of the like positive outcomes that might come from the events of like more, exchanges having more of the transparency. But in terms of other kind of fallout or repercussions from how this might look like, what are your thoughts on that? Like, do you think that we're going to be seeing increased regulation? Do you think that we're going to be able to rebuild trust with consumers? Like, what is just in general, like your kind of thoughts on how you think that this might play out in terms of the industry as a whole?
Well, there are several perspectives of looking at it. First of all, I think DeFi is hugely underappreciated previously, compared to CeFi, also because of the convenience that centralized exchange has been providing. I'm saying, like, for example, bit.com, we're having very margin efficiency kind of trading platform. It's no brainer to choose a centralized exchange. However, to kind of distribute your strategy across different platforms, DeFi platforms are hugely underappreciated. I think there could be a trend moving forward after people recover from this, of course, that DeFi will keep picking up again. That's one thing. And in terms of regulation, several jurisdictions are, that because I'm also looking for the compliance stuff. So I'm aware jurisdictions is being very aggressive in terms of getting the cryptocurrency, either it's Web3 developers or exchanges or the projects protocols to their space and custody such a business. So they, after this event, together with other event, 2 weeks ago, another hack that happened, securities proof of address. So those are all going to be taken into consideration. Previously, even though there are several jurisdictions is issuing license, they are not taking this into account, right? So this definitely going to be taken into account moving forward. Like, this is a must-have in the checklist that you have your proof of reserve. Yeah, and another thing is, like under no circumstances that you move your users' money to lend to traders and
Right.
as a debt acceptable.
Mm,
This is not, well, first of all, this is just not new to crypto space.
mm,
Um, so people may want to look into the structure of product and trading for like exchanges and trading firms closer.
mhm,
So it's going to be in scrutinizing. Like for example, the structure of shareholding, ultimate beneficiary person. So this will be under scrutinized as well.
mhm.
But still, every change is going to happen after um, teams recovered from it, because we still don't know at
Right.
the time we're speaking, which is, let's say, November 10th. The latest event is that USDT is depegging with USD. So there are a lot of things that could be implicated in this way. It's contagious because FTX is huge, and
Mhm,
their is huge. So the client list and how much they have deposited there,
mm,
how much loans they have outstanding. I mean the trading team.
right.
So it's going to be like onions, layer by layer, being reviewed over the last week.
Mhm. Yeah. So in terms of like a consumer, like just to kind of like shift back to talk a little bit more about bit.com and what you guys are building, walk me through like using bit.com as a consumer. I know that you'd mentioned you guys have a whole suite of, different tools and platforms and, different things that people can do. What are some of the main things that people are using bit.com for? Is it mainly trading? Is it mainly buying crypto? Like kind of walk us through a little bit from a consumer perspective, walking into the platform, like what they might be able to expect.
Well, from a personal, like individual user point of view, first the thing is that you need to buy crypto, right?
Mhm.
So we're integrated with buy crypto with credit card, so you can
Yeah.
just buy it easily. We also integrated with Circle, so if you want to buy USDC, the stable coin, you just do the bank transfer easily. And we're also holding the account of Signature Bank, so multiple ways that you can deposit and start trading. Bit.com listed around 100 tokens. It's not massive, like 2,000 type of tokens. We're still adding
Right.
slowly recently.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then there is futures trading. So if they, especially during recent days, the market is so volatile, and we see increasing
Right.
number of futures traders on our platform, especially on Solana and FTT.
Mhm.
It's
Right.
it's going to be more being implicated. I'm seeing that already, but on the other side, people are seeing the more confident in, for example, Maker
Mm,
or DeFi tokens. So it's going to
right.
be like increasing confidence in those, and eventually it's options trading. It's more advanced trading. So
Right.
if people wants to like buy or sell some call put options, that's the platform. Um, Something that Bit.com is boasting about is the margin model. We have
Mm,
unified margin. That means all your assets in Bit.com is going to be calculated and used as collateral when you have a position. So
mm,
this is like kind of maximize your fund efficiency. Um, yeah, so we are very good at kind of risk management. This is the genes from our parent company, Matrix Port as well.
mhm.
So because after several rounds of bull and bear markets, we're kind of risk management is top of our head. Yeah.
Mhm. Absolutely. And I think, to your point, after you've been through a few cycles, that risk management starts to become more and more important as you get more cycles under your belt.
Yeah,
So.
exactly. Exactly. Like we'd rather make less money during
Mhm.
bull market than really suffer during a crash.
And I think that's the kind of perspective that really only, being around the industry for a long period of time, you kind of, most people often learn the hard way, right? And then do better the next cycle. So. Oh.
We thought we were gonna learn, and next cycle is going to be a different problem.
Always, right? Always.
We're going to be taught again and again. It's like definitely right.
It's so true. So one thing I noticed that you guys do that I think is really cool and really needed in the industry, obviously you guys are working, really hard behind the scenes with like creating all of these really robust platforms and helping people, to be able to do do the different things that they're looking to do. But also, I think another layer of, a large presence like bit.com is education around cryptocurrency and helping people. And I noticed that you guys have like your weekly bits, and you've got like all this educational content that you guys put out on social media. Can you tell me a little bit about that and like kind of the initiative you guys are doing with that and kind of the goal behind putting the energy into this content?
Yeah. So in our space, there are a lot of educational materials already, like
Right.
a short description of what is Bitcoin, what is Ethereum, what is different projects. But still, like our user base is quite rich in institutional traders, and they are still looking for some fundamentals which they are very familiar with in the kind of stock investment field. And it's very difficult. Over the years, people have been trying to find the fundamentals of cryptocurrencies. On-chain data is one key factor, like fund movement is another. So we are trying to combine everything available in the market in the like really, really reading the data and trying to provide some insight. Like we are not like professional investors. We can't give the professional advice and say, hey, this project is really worth investing early stage, or we're not really giving advice and saying, hey, this is the time that you should long or short a project. But we're trying to kind of really, really dig deep into the data available and provide a perspective in this. I think that's it's been asked by institutional traders, so we're here to provide. I think let's say fast forward to another 1 year. I've also heard about this opinion that cryptocurrency traders or asset management is going to be moving towards professional, and like the money who are traded by the individual is going to be a small amount, and it's going to be more and more professional, and they are going to be trading in a more Wall Street style. I don't know if it's a good but it's the very like the mixture is always a good thing, healthy for the market, right? And what is interesting about crypto market is that different people are thinking in a different way. Yeah, we're just here to provide a perspective, but the other type of education about what is the technical part of layer one, the scaling solutions for layer two, that's another part of the education that is also desperately needed.
So obviously you guys have a lot going on. You guys are always working on tons of things, I'm sure behind the scenes as well. But in terms of like what the team is currently working on, what they're excited about, what's kind of coming next for bit.com, can you give us a little insight into kind of what that trajectory looks like for you guys?
So we are actually looking at bringing in altcoin options, which is nearly zero in the market. So we are having the capability, our product and technology has already started being able to bring in altcoin options live. That means, for example, let's say you can buy a call option for the, giving an example, Cardano, let's say, or XRP. It's going to be possible. Because at this moment there is no exchange supporting that. People, if institutions wants to do that, they need to do kind of OTC deal, over the counter deal with the counterparty, not transparent in terms of price, no light volatility available. So we're going to support that. Timeline wise, we need to wait after this volatility period of time pass, because
Right.
it's dangerous and risk management is just too much to suffer. So
Mhm.
after this round, I think we're going to bring this. And another thing is like options market with enough participants, it's supposed to make the financial market more mature and stable. Let's see how it goes. Maybe in 2023 is going to be another view of the market.
Awesome. Well, Toya, I really appreciate you taking the time to really just like come on the show and chat through the events of this week and give your thoughts and your perspective and everything, and also just to give us an overview of bit.com and what you guys are building. So, Toya, if someone is watching this and they're interested in either like connecting with you, checking you out, or also checking out bit.com and learning more, where's the next best place for them to go?
Multiple ways. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me on Twitter. If you go to bit.com Telegram channel and at Toya, I'll probably just be the first one who jumps into the Telegram handle. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, I will link to that below so anyone who is watching this could just easily click through in the description box. So, Toya, thank you again so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Leah. It's a great chatting with you.